Ragnarok. So Thor Ragnarok is the umpteenth film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There have been a lot up to this point. This is the third Thor movie. And Thor Ragnarok is a comedy about Ragnarok, which is death, destruction, pretty much Asgardian Armageddon, which ultimately splits this movie into two halves, two parts, two different vibes. Hela comes to Asgard, a lot of death, a lot of destruction, a lot of Cate Blanchett being really sexy and never aging. Point is, it's bad news for Asgard. However, Thor is out there in the universe, lands on this strange planet, which I can only describe as Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome meets The Fifth Element. It's a lot more colors, a lot more bright colors. So now Thor needs to get off this rock that's ruled by Jeff Goldblum. He's in gladiator matches, the Hulk is in it, a lot happening in Thor Ragnarok. I really like what they did with Hulk in this movie. See, Hulk was always the big mindless monster. Bruce Banner was a smart one, Jekyll and Hyde. This movie really plays up the Jekyll and Hyde element. You really find out more about the Hulk himself. He talks a lot more in here. It's like there's interaction between him and Thor. And though Hulk is interacting more, you can tell he's not bright. He's a simple mind in a hulking, raging body. But I like that they brought more character to Hulk. Bruce Banner and Hulk are two completely separate people. I really like Jeff Goldblum, though he's not the villain. He's just this weirdo that runs this world, so you don't really get resolution with Jeff Goldblum's character. There are bigger fish to fry in this movie. Point is, any scene he's in, he really does steal it. He's an eccentric weirdo asshole, and I just like eccentric weirdo assholes. And like I said, Thor Ragnarok is a comedy, which I get why they had to make a change somehow. There have been a lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Thor is arguably, if you're just talking to the guy, the least interesting of the Avengers. So like, why not make his movie a buddy comedy? You know what? Let's throw 80s nostalgia comedy in there too, because you know that works, that's big. Rock music while he's throwing down never happened in a Thor movie, doesn't matter. Guardians of the Galaxy is kicking fucking ass in the box office, so we need to bring Thor to that level. Point is, you have to do something different at this point. How many times can you have the big baddie and then the hero rises, has to defeat the big baddie, or the big laser light beam going into the sky? At this point, it's safe to say we have seen it all before. So they went a different direction. However, the comedy direction's a strange jump. It's a strange vibe and world to build around Thor, since the Thor movies have never really been funny. I mean, they've had comedy in them. Every MCU movie has had comedy in them. But it seems since Iron Man 3, they've dabbled in more and more comedy until Guardians of the Galaxy is straight up a comedy. It's not an action movie first and a comedy second. I would say Guardians of the Galaxy is a comedy first. And that's what Thor Ragnarok is. I can't deny that I was chuckling in this movie. I can't deny it does work for what they were going for. I also can't deny it's a little out of place in some parts. And the general vibe of Thor not being a comedian. Really, the story of Ragnarok is, like I said, Hela comes in and people start dying. Folks get destroyed, then you bounce over and you're laughing with Thor again. It really does make the movie feel like it's divided into two distinct parts. And at first, when Hela stepped on scene, I was like, okay, this might be the MCU villain that really sticks around. And then it goes more to Thor. And then comedy and funny. And the whole Hela thing kind of gets lost in the backdrop. Like, did you see those funny YouTube videos where it's Chris Hemsworth as Thor and he's doing pull-ups? He's like, what did I think of Civil War? I don't know. What wasn't that? He's like, the brain's a muscle. That's my shitty Australian accent. Don't care. It was really funny because it was a parody of Thor with Chris Hemsworth who plays Thor being Thor. I did not know that that was what Thor was going to be now. It's a little strange when you look at it through that lens, especially in an Asgardian story that is Armageddon. I like moments of drama. I like moments of conflict. That's what I liked about the first Thor movie. The first Thor movie, Kenneth Branagh was like, it's Shakespearean. Warring brothers, coming of age, the hard king father who has to teach the oldest son a lesson. Some people didn't like the fact that Thor lost his powers. I really enjoyed it. If this movie had backed up the comedy in a couple of scenes and let the drama actually soak through and feel the gravity of the situation of Asgard in danger, I think it would have paid off a bit more. Basically, for Thor Ragnarok, it's all about what you want out of Thor Ragnarok. You want an MCU sci-fi comedy with 80s comedy woven in there for reasons kind of unknown. It doesn't take place in the 80s. It's weird. But if you do, jackpot, baby. But I cannot deny I enjoyed this movie. I was laughing in parts. The action was kick-ass. The camaraderie between Thor and Hulk I liked. You have Thulk, you have horror. Thor and Hulk. You have Thor, you have Hulk, so you're gonna have a lot more physical damage going on in here. And they do have it. It's damn entertaining. I'm gonna give the most overused phrase to describe Thor Ragnarok. The movie is fun. The movie set out to be fun. The movie succeeded in being fun. Conflicts a little bit to Thor that we know. If you can get people to just laugh and enjoy themselves in a movie, they will probably forgive your tonal discrepancies. And if you see, read, or hear a review out there where someone does not describe this movie as fun, rest assured it was probably a conscious effort on their part. Because Thor Ragnarok is certainly a fun time. No alcohol required. Alright guys, so Thor Ragnarok, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.